when it comes down to these men saying that they don't want a kid from you, and then you still decide to have it, you're responsible for that kid. You are mentally and financially responsible for that kid, and you should not be looking for no child support at all. And you could say, oh, he'll fuck for that, and you'll pussy having a baby. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because these men are really out here making y'all stand on that. When that man said he was not going to be there for that kid, he meant that. And some of you get lucky. Y'all get lucky and y'all end up having a baby from a man who actually said he didn't want the kid, but once the kid got here, he handled up and he took care of his kid and so on and so forth. And then y'all still found a way to try to make this man's life harder than what it need to be by using the kid, because you can't get to him in no other way you gonna use the kid.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Imagine you saying that you are not ready to be a parent, and this can go for either person, right? Woman or female. You're saying you're not ready to be a parent. You're not financially prepared. You don't have your life in order. Yet the other person just so happens to not want to take that other person serious for whatever reason, and then now we have some life-altering events 9 months later. Whose fault is that really for? If he's being totally open and honest with you and warning, if men are warning women, look, I'm not gonna be a good dad. I promise you I'm not gonna be a good dad. Who's accepting the majority of that responsibility? You get what I'm saying?
You have capped out, according to Texas guidelines, your gross is $9,200 a month. Child support is set at $2,300. You're going to do a reimbursement to Medicaid for $276, making your monthly child support payment $2,576.
That's how much you gotta pay.
No, that's how much you gotta pay. The children live with him. He should not pay you anything.
Oh man, dude, that was such a satisfying moment. Oh, the stale face that she had. Sounds good, man. You can sit there and think that you can collect and dad is taking care of everything. You still want child support for what? For what? This is him supporting you at this point. You're not doing anything for the kids. That's justification. I like that.
Listen, do y'all know how rare it is to meet a man and you can go over his house and he got a bed? I'm going back over that boy house today. I don't care. He got air conditioning, he got Wi-Fi, and he got a king-size bed. I'm talking about I was able to sleep. Nobody popped up. He was in the living room on the phone, and I was in there. Sleep. What do you mean? I'm going back over there. I'm about to start coming over here.
I don't know if it's so much rare for a man to have that, or you just so broke that you just don't have it. I mean, I'm kind of looking both ways. I'm about to yell out, drizzle, drizzle, baby.
Fellas, I'm about to teach you how to tell if a woman is trying to put you in a trick bag. A trick bag is basically when a woman labels you a trick. A trick is the man they use to finance them, the guy they use for money, use to pay their bills, or use for dates or gifts and things like that. Pay attention or I'm about to put you on game. Now, the first thing to look for is if they call you pet names very early. Baby, sweetie, dear, honey.
And if they call you zaddy, daddy, poppy, or any more of those things, be careful.
They know that a man's ears are soft for these, and when a man hears this, he lets his guard down. Be careful of that. Watch for the hook. Go into a strip club and watch how they address you. Now, another thing you can look for is if they counter the date offer. So let's say you pick something low maintenance, a low maintenance date, they'll counter with something more expensive. A woman who likes you and is truly into you will not mind sitting in the dark with you, listening to you breathe. If you guys are serious about stepping your game up and learning more, go to my profile.
That's you got to learn to counter the counter, guys. Counter that counter with an ejection. Get out the game, get out her way. This is what you're doing, man. You're looking. The signs are there. We just got to listen and pay attention. All right. If you're saying let's go to dinner and a movie, let's wrap it up. But she's like, nah, I'd rather go to this location and hit this hookah bar up. And it's just like, that doesn't make sense. All right. And you're like, nah, hookah's not for me. Like, what's, really good movie coming out. Let's check it out. No, let's do the hookah. That's that conversation. Not going to have it. All right. No. And we just got to listen for the signs. They're there.
If a woman tells you that her love language is gifts and she never gives you a gift, she's 100% using you for your money. Most of the time we love people in the way that we want to be loved, or we love other people in our love language. So if her love language was actually gifts, she would be loving you in that same way as well.
It would really bother me if the first thing that comes out of her love language is gifts, and her expectations is for me to stay around. Like, why would you even, some girls like materialistic stuff, don't get me wrong, but not in a way to where it's just like everything that you do has to be over the top. All right, if it's a anniversary or birthday, it's over the top. If it's just Sunday, it's over the top because she just likes fancy things. That's high maintenance. Her nails and stuff, instead of going to the average price, she wants something beyond the average price, something that she herself can't afford, but yet expects you to gift these things and then asks you to pay all the bills.
Entitlement of some women is at an all-time high. She'll just sit there and look pretty and go, where's my flowers? What did you do? Exist? Men don't get flowers for existing. Men get flowers for dying.
Bro, so real, man. So real. You already know. The only time men get flowers is at a funeral. All right, look, check this out, guys. This dude just so happened to hook up with a baby mama. We always tell y'all the horror stories and not to do it. Maybe he didn't get this message, but he definitely learned a lesson. Let's just jump into this video. The story gets wild. Let's go.
So I go meet this girl at her place, right? And we were going to go out, but she said we need to wait on her babysitter to show up so someone can watch her 5-year-old daughter, right? When I first get to the neighborhood, I realized it's a gated community in North Dallas. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I had to text her to get the code and everything. So I'm like, damn, seems like a nice area. Surely nothing goes on wild here, right? So as I'm pulling up to her house, I noticed that her front lawn is cut diagonal. You know what I mean? It's not cut in a straight line. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's cut like a golf course. This is nice, real nice. You know what I mean? So I pull right into the driveway and I park right there. But that right there is already breaking rule number 34-1 in the Baby Mama Shuffle Safety Handbook. You never park right in the driveway. You're going to find out why in just a second. Before I get out the car, I grab my tool bag and I grab my hard hat. But I'm not there to fix anything. Once you get to a level I am of doing the baby mama shuffle, you realize that a lot of these girls, they don't like their kids to see that they're casually dating. You know what I mean? So it helps them if you show up as a handyman, show up as a direct TV guy or dish. Me, I got all the polos. I got the vest, I got the hard hats, I got it all. Because I've learned over time, if you cater to these women, it helps your situation in the end. This is what I do. Hell, I'll even show up as an astronaut if she needs me to. You know what I mean? Just put it in the appointment notes. So I'm sitting on the couch just chilling, right? I'm eating one of her kids' fruit snacks. She has a PS5 on this big ass flat screen. So I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And the sitter should be there any minute. Everything's going great, right? Then out of nowhere, I hear boo, 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 boo. Sound like LAPD at the front door. She jumps up and looks at me like I was suspecting company. Like, nah, girl, this your house. Who the hell is that? And I wasn't really scared until she got up and she went to the door and she looked through the window thing on the right side. And when she turned around, the face she had looking at me looked like pure fear. Like she shouldn't have been there either. I'm like, whoa, like what's going on? She's like, you need to get up, get your stuff. You need to go to the pantry right now. I'm like, the pantry? She's like, get up, get your stuff, and go hide in the pantry. So I wasn't going to let her say it 3 times. So I got up, I got all my stuff, and I go hide in the kitchen pantry. And I was sitting there next to a box of Ritz. I remember specifically. So while I was sitting in that pantry, I didn't know what was going on, right? But later I found out, just to add information in right now, that her babysitter had to cancel. But she called her ex-husband instead of calling her because she had no clue that they were even going through a split, right? So he showed up to pick up the kids, but he saw my car in the driveway. You know what I mean? That's why there's rules to this. You always park across the street. You park down the road. You never park in the driveway. That's how you get yourself hurt. So I'm sitting in this pantry. I'm hugging my little tool bag and my hard hat. And I'm trying to breathe real quiet. And then I overhear them yelling blah, blah. It's real muffled. But then I hear a slap, a loud bah. And then she goes, and you still hit like a. And I'm like, oh, They squabbing. So I'm like, okay, do I get out the pantry and go like do something, or do I sit here and, you know, let this family matter go on? You know what I mean? Then I started hearing glass breaking and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sit in here while there's like full-fledged domestic violence going on. So I get up, I walk around like the little kitchen short hallway thing, and then when I see him, my whole mind kind of changed, and I wish I was still in that pantry, because he was this big, buff, no neck, Vin Diesel, cornbread and hot sauce and beans for breakfast looking motherfucker. And I didn't really know what to do, so I was like, hey, yo. And then as soon as he heard me, he turned and looked at me, and he started walking my way, and he was like cussing and everything already. And then she saw that he was coming towards me, so she like ran and kind of like intercepted, you know, his path. I guess she was trying to save my life, right? But as soon as like she got in front of me, he picked her up like a toddler, like underneath the armpits. He picked her up and chunked her. I'm talking like almost 10 feet into the couch, and the couch like flipped over. So I'm like, okay. And then when my adrenaline is pumping and I'm mad, I start to sound like my mom for no reason. So I was like, hey, so what you're not gonna do is just throw people. But before I can get the word around, out of my mouth, I'm up off the ground, you know what I mean? And he throws me. And I remember I did one half spin, and I saw like the kitchen, and then I was on the dining table, and then I hit this little dog cage, and then I hit the tile floor, and I thought I was dead. And I kind of laid there, and I'm not gonna lie, I knew I wasn't dead, but I played dead because I didn't want no more of what that got going on. That was a family matter. I shouldn't even say anything. And part of me was trying to make myself feel better for laying there acting dead, you know what I mean? Because I was like, you know what? He threw her into a couch, you know what I mean? He threw me into a dining room table. So he still loves her, you know what I'm saying? She got thrown into a couch. So let me just, you know, lay here, and because he didn't ask me who I was. He didn't say, what are you doing here? He immediately picked me up and threw me. He didn't want to have no conversations with me. So I'm just going to lay there and chill out. So eventually she started yelling, I called the cops are on the way. And then the cops did show up, but he was already gone by then. So when the cops showed up, of course, they asked me questions, they asked her questions. I told the cops I got a few punches in, which was a bold-faced lie. I did not get one punch in.
Man, what a story. What a story, man. If dating baby mamas could lead up to you getting your ass whooping, would you continue to do it? All right, that box can't be that good. All right, that swamp tour in her southern wetlands can't be that promising. All right, better yet, you better learn to fight when you get across these babies. And not only that, dog, not only do you have to fight her baby daddy sometimes, you're probably gonna have to fight her because she is brought with a whole bunch of masculine energy because the dad is not there, or she having trouble with that dad, and she's raising kids by herself, and she has to, you know, provide some masculine energy and all this other stuff. Dude, I've been said enough right there to make y'all not want to date single baby mamas. All right, some of y'all get lucky. And I'm not saying this is for all baby mamas, but look out for the signs. They're there. They'll let you know. Man, dog, you took a half spin, boy, hit you with a suplex in a dining room. God damn, bro. Look, at this point, dog, I'm kind of mad that you didn't stand up and defend yourself. At this point, dog. At this point, I'm kind of mad that you didn't stand. You told a great story. All right, man, you're a great storyteller, dog. Whatever, you know, I get it, bro. You're a lover, not a fighter. I get it.
And for money without feeling bad, like this. Do you want to make me happy right now? Yeah, of course I do. I want to make you happy too. But later on.
What?
Well, what do you want? No, I don't know. I don't know if I should tell you yet. Come on, what is it? Then whisper in his ear like this. I want you to take me to the ATM and give me as much money as you choose.
Is she out of her damn mind? Of course she's out of her damn mind. Wait, are you really coaching young women to ask a man to bring you straight to an ATM? I've never seen this clip, and this is rather mind-blowing, to be honest with you. It's kind of disgusting. Like, why would you want to teach other women that this is a move to finesse men out of? Using a straight trip to the ATM to make you feel... Dog, I'm not saying I'm sure there's a sucker for everybody. But the man that gets caught up in that fire, man, we're gonna have to pray for you, dude. You just done for. Cooked.
I honestly just got told that I'm dishonest and I'm a cheater and I'm weird because I responded to a guy that keeps trying to hit me up on all my socials, and I told him like, hey, no, you have to stay blocked. My boyfriend's the one that blocked you. All of a sudden, I'm a cheater.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that weak ass shit. He did the right thing, and if he's smart, he would have left your ass too. Cause you don't owe that man nothing, but you still went out of your way to message him. And then on top of that, you made it your job to let him know it wasn't your idea to block him. That was your man, so you gotta stay blocked because of that. These are the type of people who will tell you you don't gotta worry, and then as soon as you're done, or even when you ain't done, they sleeping with this motherfucker. But you see how she on here trying to play victim, right? She act like a motherfucker because she ain't faithful. You're not loyal. Y'all ass be friendly as then they be trying to act like something wrong with the person who got a problem with their partner crossing the line. This is what I was talking about in the other videos. I will have little incidents like this with the last girl I was with. And every time you bring it up, they will make it about everything but your fucking. That shit is irritating. And that's exactly why I said if he's smart, he would have left this woman. Because she ain't going to be nothing but a fuck. You shouldn't have to argue with a motherfucker about some shit that don't make you feel right. Especially when 9 times out of 10, it's something that you wouldn't do yourself. That's how I am, at least. I would never ask a woman to not do something that I do my damn self.
Look, man, at the end of the day, the part that I just want to zoom in on is you did go out the way to say this is my old man's idea. You didn't co-sign with your old man. You didn't say I support this decision. You didn't say, yo, stop hitting me up, bro. This is getting out of hand. You just shrugged the reason off and gave an excuse that your old man was doing this and this was his decision. That just means that there was a possibility along any fault line crack, hairline crack for you to implode. I promise you, if she had a chance and that dude wasn't blocked, she would have been cheating, right? Oh, let's go.